Hello, I guess this is a Pigsy doing a part 2 of the video. I decided there's a few things I forgot I should have mentioned about. Maybe the old model of like the dating game, and the idea is it doesn't matter and stuff. You can do what you want and you can have your cake and eat it. Maybe it's all changing anyway. Maybe it's a sign of a sicker society. You can have whatever you want, and it backfires because what you want's not available anymore, or it comes at a price or a cost. You know, like you both want an attractive partner, but they might have some serious mental health problems, or they might have some behaviour that you don't like, but you might consider that acceptable in some way, and you kind of compromise yourself. Like, you know, why do you want to date, say, a guy who's always cheating, you know, but then he's always checking up on you, or he's always doing something that's a bit concerning? Or why do you want to date a woman who's got a problem with money, he's always in debt, he's always trying to pay off cards, because every time she feels a bit fed up, she goes on a shopping spree? Or, you know, maybe she's playing the field and that happens, and some other odd things. Like, I had a friend, and I mean, his missus wanted to go off and basically sleep with strangers to punish him, I guess. But I mean, once you've done that, you've just destroyed the relationship, because it's really hard to move on from that. Not unless you're not bothered by that kind of thing. I would always feel very uncomfortable with that idea, you know. But I don't know. It's just the way it is, really. So other sort of MGTOW, yeah, I'm interested to develop my health again. I'm letting myself slip a bit. I'm starting to push back the fasting, not keeping a shorter window in there. Otherwise I'd balloon out. Just eating too much sweet stuff, getting too bored of not doing really much of my property. I mean, I just set sort of health goals. I got my chin up bar, sort of hanging for like 30 seconds on it. And I found that hard enough, especially when you weigh probably about 19 stone. Because the people that are doing the chin-ups in the gym and flying up, they probably weigh a half of that. They only weigh 10 stone, so it's not so taxing for them to lift themselves like that. What else? Cold baths. I had a cold bath yesterday and burn. I had like a burning sensation almost in your nerves. I put my hands in it and I just tolerated the pain, to be honest, and then I pulled it out for a bit, and then I felt a kind of relief. So my body felt like it was being injured, been set on fire, and it's not necessarily nice to tolerate that much discomfort. My legs were bothered. This is the thing, because I realised, well, if you're sat in the stuff and it's freezing cold and you're not affected your legs, why is it when you put your hands and wrists in there that it feels like someone's crushed them under a rock? And then they got this burning for the nerves as well. It's just to do probably with the circulations. Not that, I mean, it's not like great. It's just it's not as developed as the rest of the body, and it's sort of prone to things. Not that it feels cold when they're walking around. I mean, they do retain being cold as well, so maybe there is a circulation problem. So yeah, just improve the health. Now I've got the opportunity to put some money by, as mentioned. The CSA have stopped. Their last end message was, now your son's 20. You know, we're going to bring the case to a close. However, if you said it, but it doesn't say even if you said you owe money basically to your ex. That's what you're trying to say. It implies you'll just keep paying anyway. And I thought, well, there must be a bloody, must be nice. There must be a woman that set that thing up, because I've been paying for the last 15 years, and I've had to struggle, and I still wanted money. You know, there's been times where I've had to get bailed out by my parents, otherwise I'd be homeless. They're saying, right, we want a full rent, you're not paid it, and I'm thinking, well, I couldn't have a car, I couldn't have enough money. And because of the nature of work, if it's a bit zeroed up and down, this is why I have to work 2 jobs. I mean, I might claw it in, but at the moment I don't mind. I really wouldn't mind having like 10 grand in the bank or something, just have that as a float. And that's something you never would share your money. And I think the other thing I noticed as well, I was watching some other things, like somebody went on 100 dates and so on. I think a bit of a red flag is people keep talking about their exes, or they bring them up, or they, you know, I can understand they might come into conversation, and that's quite normal. But if they came up early on, it suggests the person's still got some issues around them, and so they need to really heal up, really. I mean, why jump into another relationship expecting the other one, the pain of the other one, just to disappear? And then why the hell did you make it? And also blame yourself, you know, or well, maybe not blame yourself if you're a bit kind of too vulnerable. Have a look in the mirror and say, well, this person made these mistakes. The person I am now will make different mistakes. But at least I'm learning. You know what I mean? It's kind of like you got yourself caught up in some template, you know, can't break free of it. That's what I was scared of. That's why I'm scared of dating people in this country, because I might figure I date my ex-wife again. And I think, oh my God, what have I done? So, I mean, at the moment, I've got 2 people contacts on the internet, and they're a lot younger than me, to be honest. One's in their 20s, and one's 25. And it's just because I found them on Russian Cupid. You know, I saw this profile, said, hey, how you doing? Got in a little conversation, and then, you know, shared some kind of contact details. One's I mean, if it's a 20-year-old, so if you date someone quite young, she's unemployed at the moment. She said due to the lockdown, and so she lost her job. So I said fair enough, but it put one red flag up. I thought, well, she's going to want money or ask about money or something. The other one, however, she owns a flat and she has a stable job. She works as an accountant. So the positivity of that is that, and she owns a flat. She's bought her own flat, so I don't have to. There's green flags there. It's like, okay, well, she's not going to ask for money, and she's stable. You know, she hasn't got children. She just basically says she's not really finding the right kind of man in her area, and she said there's a lot of crime at night. She doesn't go out, and all her mates are females. I think fine. So if I don't have any, so she's basically told me I've got no competition. You know, so there's nothing, no resistance. I mean, she can find other blokes online, but I think it's making that connection, and it's also probably understood. So she's Russian, the other one's Ukrainian. So the other one, her English is poorer, but she wants to have a video chat with me, so I might go with that and see what I think. I'm a little unsure because it's a bit strange, but it would confirm things. If she doesn't have a picture, like if for some reason a webcam's not working but she can talk to me, it still might be very fake. And I'll listen very, very carefully, because I've been to Ukraine for the accent, because there's also a lot of Nigerian scammers and all sorts of nutcases out there. I've seen some of their games they play. They've got this nutty idea, because you took some of our people in the past, we're going to make you pay. And actually, it's just a mafia. That's a mafia organisation. So I'll see how they go. I mean, hopefully that all turns out quite positive. And I mean, that's really what we could do, is tell you, try something new. That's what it's all about. Try something new. Try to become a new person, or a better version of yourself, or even your old self as well. Because sometimes when you compromise yourself past a point, you stop being who the person you always wanted to be. And then now I'm in a position financially better, I can now start branching out. So my advice is probably get 2 jobs if you pay in child support. Have one that pays, if it's judged on percentage of your earnings, because they'll likely go to one of them and start, not unless you end up in court somewhere. Once that's set up, and you find it difficult, but you're paying a chunk of it, then by having another one, it keeps it separate. Otherwise, they would have taken 10% of that one, or 20% of the other job earnings, and put it across. And to be honest, I need that 20% to pay the bloody rent. Otherwise, I'd just be working 60 hours a week rather than 40. You know, 40 to 45 I do normally. Anyway, this is, please sign off and have a great one. Bye.